Hernandez from TNA Wrestling, and you're listening to WNS.
You're listening to the official Wrestling News Source podcast. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com or check us out on Facebook by searching WrestlingNewsSource.com or WNS Podcast. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Stitcher, and iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast or WNS Podcast. Now being broadcast in over 45 different countries, here are your hosts, Daniel Herron, Tyler Abear, and Doug.
That's right. What's up, everyone? I am Daniel
Tyler
Herron.
Abear.
I'm Doug.
Welcome to episode 232
Amateurs.
of the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all of your information, go to WrestlingNewsSource.com. Check us out on Facebook, WrestlingNewsSource.com. You can find us on Facebook, WNS Podcast, on YouTube, WNS Video, and on iTunes, Wrestling News Source Podcast.
Hey, Daniel.
Hey, Tyler.
Guess what?
What?
We're on Stitcher.
Are we?
Beyond Pod.
We are?
And Player.fm.
No way.
You know what you need to do?
What?
Just search.
What do I need to search?
Wrestling.
News.
Source.com.
What? No? Podcast, maybe? .org?
.org.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Search one of those.
Good to know.
You'll find us.
Cool.
I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but
Nothing's wrong with
you
me.
can
It's
follow
wrong
the
with this guy. I
podcast
don't
on
know.
Twitter
He just
at
wants to
WNS
curse.
Podcast. You can follow Daniel at WNS_Daniel. Tyler is at Tyler_Aber.
Shit.
I'm not on Twitter, so
Me either.
booyah.
No plans on getting back?
Maybe I'll get back. I'll
One
get
day.
back. I'll
One
get
day.
Yeah.
One of these days.
I gotta catch up.
Yeah. Catch up on all your guys
on
and
life.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm gotta catch up on life.
Life
Yeah.
being wrestling?
Well,
Life in general, everything.
Yeah.
more so like get everything squared away with life, and then I can
Ah.
consume wrestling in the manner that I'm accustomed to consuming wrestling.
Yes, yes. Good stuff. So welcome to the show. Got lots to talk about. We'll talk about Raw, Lucha Underground, and a special interview with Hernandez from TNA and Lucha Underground.
Who?
So, huh?
Who is it again?
Hernandez?
There you go.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Wasn't good with the enunciations, apparently. So welcome to the show. We don't have any Q&A, so we'll end the show with our interview with Hernandez. So once that is over, then...
We do have a
there you go.
Q&A.
Do we?
Pretty sure.
Oh, I might have missed it. I know a lot of the questions we had were pertaining to the show that we had on the sports station this past week in regards to Jeff Jarrett and Global Force Wrestling. I tried to answer as many as I could. I think I missed one from Seth, but we did talk about all that topic on our sports show, which you can listen to sportsradiobeaumont.com or download the Sports Radio Beaumont app to your smartphone device, and you can tune in Thursday afternoons, 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central.
Did we cover Seth's question on there?
I want to say we did.
All right.
I'll
I'll trust you, Seth. If it's if we didn't,
failed to
it's Daniel's fault. I don't
mention it
It's
for
Daniel's
him
fault.
to check. Well, I mean, my God,
We're blaming you.
Okay, blame me.
Yep.
All right, do what you can, do what you must. I see how it is. Okay, so
It's a must bust any mic that you hand to me. Represent for the rest of the family.
oh yeah,
Booyah.
boom to my face. Do you have a good 4th of July?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
got to see any fireworks?
Oh, yeah, we did some fireworks.
Very cool. Had
Just
a
a
good
little
time.
bit.
Yeah, and then we got to go to your house and have a party.
That was after. That was before. Wait, I'm lost my days.
Yeah.
That part was before.
That was Friday night, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Saturday was the 4th of July. Doug, how was your 4th?
It was fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hanging in there?
Yeah.
Do you have a good day off?
Yeah, it was okay.
Good.
I just did shit around the house trying to catch up.
Cool.
Did you
Well,
eat any of that food that was at my party? Did you eat the sugary dip?
I did, and it was
you like it?
amazing.
It was pretty good.
Did y'all have any left over?
Yeah.
Is it all gone now?
I think there's a little bit left.
You
But
should've-
Daryl's been eating on it.
you
so
should have brought
I
that.
haven't even touched
You
it.
should have brought that.
I'm sorry.
I was pushing up on that salsa and those chips.
Did you get some of those taquitos?
I didn't even see any taquitos.
Oh, shit. They were probably gone before you got there. Huh? We were like eating on that shit.
Oh, I'm sorry I have to work so fucking late, you asshole.
I'm sorry.
I had like a couple taquitos. I had a cupcake. I know you enjoyed that
Go with it,
cotton
go
candy
with
cupcake.
that
I think I
salsa?
ate like at
Did
least
those
two of
taquitos
those.
and that salsa?
I ate at least two of those.
Yeah.
But by the time I got back, I was like, those motherfuckers ate the rest of those cotton candy cupcakes.
There were other choices for you to choose.
They were good,
Yeah.
but not as good as a cotton candy.
Well, now you've had it, and
Give
you
me
know
all.
where
I want
where
all
Gigi's
cotton candy.
Cupcakes is.
I want all cotton candy.
So go get some.
I want all cotton candy.
Okay.
All.
Well, I'm telling you, go
I
get
want
some.
all of
Oh.
the cotton candy.
All of them. Okay.
I know you probably think it's just some,
Yeah.
but I want all
All of
of
them.
the cotton candy
Okay.
you have.
Very nice. I like it. So let's dive on into some feedback. First bit of feedback we have saying, it was from Moose on YouTube.
Moose
Orton saying, "Hey Doug, how you doing? When you
Moose,
were
hey, how's it going, Moose?
saying when you were talking about Grotto or Grado, I can't remember how you say his name. Grotto? No. Yeah. Okay. Where he came from, a certain indie circuit. He came from this indie place called Insane Championship Wrestling, or ICW.
Sounds
and
right.
by the way, I think he is actually from Scotland, not the UK, but I could be wrong.
Yes, I think you are correct in that as well. And mostly, when we mess up like countries like that, it's mostly just because we're dumb guys from Texas.
Yeah, we're
like,
dumb.
I think when we hung out with Ben, he explained something about like the British people and the Scottish people don't like to be like not associated, but they don't like to be mistaken for one another or something like that. So we apologize for any shit like that. We started.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know all the cultural.
Yeah, we're just
stuff.
dummies. I mean,
We're uneducated fools.
yeah, it was completely because of ignorance and not because of like malice or anything like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, but Moose is correct.
Yeah, and he also provided a link on our YouTube channel, WNS video. So if you want to check out his entrance, then go ahead. It was sort of a parody of Goldberg, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so there you go. So let's dive on into Raw. We only have a couple more Raws
Thanks,
before
Moose.
Battleground. Yes, thank you very much for the comment. Moose. Good stuff. I was late
We're
on that.
doing the
I'm back.
hand gesture in case you didn't see. Not in case you absolutely didn't see it, but we did the Moose hand
Which
gesture.
you could have seen had we been using Periscope. Which, by the way, we've gotten a lot more followers since we used it that one time.
By a lot, do you mean like we have 7 or something? Because that's pathetic.
Well,
That's we.
let me see.
I wonder what goes. I wonder what goes for a lot of Periscope followers these days. Because like maybe like in the infancy of Twitter, like you got a couple of hundred, you got 1,000, you're probably like a big deal. But now it's like people have like hundreds of thousand followers and stuff, or tens
Well,
of thousands.
I think like the Booker T has 6,000, over 6,500.
Booker T's personal or his ROW?
His personal one. We have 14 followers right now.
So if I set the bar at pathetic being 7, we're like, what's
We have doubled pathetic.
what is pathetic squared? Like, what's pathetic times pathetic?
I don't know. I could not tell you. Well, it's not pathetic times pathetic. You're taking away from the pathetic. You're apathetic.
Maybe it's like maybe it's like 2 negatives cancel each other out or something. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
We
like
got a positive.
Yeah. Okay.
We have 14 whole followers on Periscope.
See, we don't know what we're talking about, Moose.
I feel like we should Periscope right now and see if we can get some more.
Okay, we
Okay.
can.
Episode,
Well, we don't have anything of any value to say, so we might as well do this.
Yeah. I mean, that's podcast.
I'm gonna say this.
Start the broadcast. Go ahead and say
Well, I'm
something.
gonna say it now.
No, you gotta say it now.
Oh, I was just gonna say that. Again, I didn't see very much this week other than Raw, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I've been gone for a while, and I'm trying to catch up on my life, and hopefully, I'll be back to watching like all the wrestling all the time very
Yeah.
soon.
We're already up to 2 viewers.
Just because we did this.
Just yeah.
That's hi, guys
Hi. Welcome to the show.
and gals. Sorry.
Make that 3. Where's Tyler? Tyler, get back over to your microphone.
Dang it, I was trying to get out of it.
That's what these people want to see: 3 dudes playing grab ass on camera.
Fun stuff. So let's talk about Raw. We kick things off with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman coming out and cutting a little promo, or I should say, Paul Heyman was cutting a promo.
How did it go? Because I didn't get to catch that part.
I mean, it was fine. Basically, Heyman talking about the slimy, evil Seth Rollins and how Brock Lesnar never got his title shot, and he's angry and he's gonna get revenge on that dastardly evil man. I don't know, Doug. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, I was into it. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of hard to like plug and play with Lesnar. It's sort of like hard to be like, I was gone for so long, but now I'm back, and so I have to make it like seem really important for whatever reason I'm back. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I was into it.
Yeah. I mean, at least it was outside the norm of what they normally do for the first 15 minutes of Raw. I mean, they still come out and cut a promo to kill some time.
Right.
But, at least it was not Seth Rollins. It wasn't the Authority. It was something different.
Sure. I mean, they did the whole like, it wasn't anything personal until now. Like, look at all this stuff that I've done, and it wasn't even personal. But now I'm capable of all that, and now it's personal.
And we learned that there was a 11th commandment, apparently.
Right.
Thou shalt not piss off the beast.
Right.
So
That's true.
And that's what Seth Rollins intended to do later on that night. But the first matchup we got to see, Big Show going up against Ryback with The Miz holding a microphone for...
Still doing this stuff, eh?
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why.
Still saying AA.
What?
Still saying AA.
A.
Hey, what's all that about?
A.
Anyways, so so Big Show versus Ryback. I really don't care about this triple threat
I do not.
combination. Sups just joined.
What's up,
And he's saying,
Sups?
Brock Lesnar is our Lord and Savior.
Okay, yeah.
So thanks for following us on
Sup?
the Periscope. Certainly appreciate it.
Where does the stuff come at?
It'll
Like-
pop up.
Oh, that's
down at
cool.
the bottom. Yeah. So and then it fades away fairly quickly, so you got to catch it quick. So Big Show versus
You guys
Ryback.
should let us know if you like want us to do this or if you think it's fucking terrible.
Distracting
and we'll
and all
stop.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just say like when. Or we're
Yeah.
not gonna take one person's word or whatever, but
Yeah.
just let us know.
But Big Show going up against Ryback. Any thoughts on the matchup itself?
No, I mean it was basically just like Miz like cheering both guys on to like further punish the other guy. Okay, look, if you're gonna film me, you can't make that face at me while you're doing it. Seriously.
Which face?
What face?
I don't know what.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm. This is not entertaining podcasting.
Subs like is it?
Stop looking at me like that.
Okay.
Oh, great.
I mean, I was fine with the camera until you're like you had to. I don't know.
I was trying to read it because someone posted something a while ago.
Oh.
Someone thinks we're hilarious.
I guess it closed down.
Yeah.
On its
No
own.
one thinks we're hilarious.
Yeah. We're so bad Periscope shut down. So I don't know. I found Miz to be overly distracting. It wasn't adding to the match. Like I get what he was doing, why he was doing it,
Right.
and I get the angle in which they were doing it.
See,
But
the sad thing about it is I don't know that there is a more effective way of using Miz than this, and I don't know if it's the right kind of heat. Is it go away heat or is it? I think it's go away heat. I don't know.
yeah, it was. I don't want you to be here.
Right. Not.
This is sad because that's all they have for him.
Mm-hmm. It's
But
just,
I don't enjoy this.
I don't either. I don't care about Big Show. I don't really care too much about Ryback. I really don't care about Miz right now. So the fact that they have all three of these guys in a feud together makes me care even less than I thought I could.
I care about Ryback.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time for a show to go, and Miz
Miz could probably go with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say about the guy that we haven't already said before.
I think he's peaked. He's had his WrestleMania moment, and it's okay for him to go and do movies and C grade movies or D grade movies or whatever. So.
See, I don't know. I think he wants to be a pro wrestler. I think it's them wanting him to play up the Hollywood thing more so than it's him saying, "I am a Hollywood guy."
Yeah.
Although I could be wrong. Who knows? I think it's him saying, "I'm willing to do whatever it is to be in this company," and they were like, "Well, this is what you're going to do," and then he's doing it.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm ready for this feud to be over. And speaking of feuds that I'm ready for to be over, this whole Bella versus Paige feud that's going on right now, I'm so done with it. I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know what their plans are for it.
Well, the rumor is where they're going with it is that they're bringing the NXT ladies up to team with Paige against the Bellas and Fox and Snuka and you know how we were just talking last week about how they're all heels or whatever.
Yeah.
well, the rumor is that they're bringing up the NXT ladies next month, or at least a few of them, to team with Paige to take on, probably do a multi-person match. Like, so
Good.
I mean, I think it was Charlotte, and then Bailey was supposed to be one, but she's hurt, and so it's looking like it may be Sasha
Banks
instead or whatever. Which, it's probably Sasha's ready. So
yeah, I think Charlotte's been ready. Because I'm watching NXT and I'm like, what is she doing? Like, she's not really in any huge feuds right now.
I don't know. I mean, I think Sasha is like far superior to Charlotte, but I mean, there are worse people to bring up with Sasha than Charlotte.
Yeah. So I don't know. Be on the lookout for that. But Brie
What about
Bella,
blue pants.
yeah, that's what.
She's not even under contract, man.
So Brie Bella goes up against Paige. Brie Bella ends up getting the victory. Anything to really take away from it?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay, honest opinion, because I know we've talked about comedy in the WWE not working very well. Did you find any of the Photoshop Kane Hawaii pictures to be humorous?
No,
Not at all.
I don't.
Not one bit.
That's not my sense of humor, though.
Yeah. I mean, I
To be fair,
yeah. To be honest, they were cheesy as hell, but I did laugh at the one where he was holding the ukulele. I don't know why, but I did.
Right.
I thought it was. I got a chuckle out of that one. The rest of them I thought were stupid as hell.
right?
Because it's like, okay, they're blatantly photoshopping him, and he's in his wrestling gear, but he's wearing. I don't know. Like, I didn't like that, but for some reason, I don't know what it was, but whenever I saw him holding the ukulele, I laughed. So, I guess if that was what they were aiming for, to say, well, he laughed once, so that's enough, then mission accomplished.
We are like assaulted with ukulele-based humor going forward. I blame you.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, Brie Bella ends up getting the victory. Next up, we got to see Sheamus going up against Roman Reigns. This match ended in a countout, but I thought the two guys were putting on a good performance.
I thought it was a real good match with a whack finish.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I saw who the opponents were, I was like, this match is not going to end clean under any circumstance.
Right.
You don't want to have Sheamus lose. You don't want to have Roman lose. And there's the whole Bray Wyatt thing. So the ending was kind of hokey with the fake Bray Wyatt, and I guess Roman was so stunned that it wasn't the real Bray Wyatt that he didn't have enough time to get back in the ring.
Right.
It was weird. It was like, okay, he's obviously not coming out, so I can prounce on back to the ring and finish this match. But was not to be, as he lost by count out. But the match itself, I thought they were doing a very solid job.
Yeah, I mean, these are two of, well, Sheamus is one of my favorite guys right now, or has been for a while, and I think Roman is progressing at the rate we had hoped, and I think people are still sour on him from what happened, but I mean, look, the guy is progressing like how he needs.
Yeah, he's turning it around. Yeah. What I'm liking about it is he's not talking as much. He's getting more aggressive. They're showing him getting pissed off. You know, I just want to roll through somebody. And I'm liking that. That's what his character should be. He should be that guy who, is the powerhouse that you don't want to piss off. So, they've shown that the past couple of weeks. Like, Dean Ambrose got him hyped up for a tag match that they were in, and this week he was pissed off and ready to take on Sheamus, and he showed a lot more aggression. So I'm digging that. I hope that he evolves even further from that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get there.
Yeah. So
we'll see. I think originally everyone was like, he'll get there, just not now. And then whenever they pushed him in spite of the feeling, I think everyone were like, we're done with this guy now. But I feel like if you're watching that you're trying to be objective, I think he's progressing at the rate
definitely. So for those of haters of Roman Reigns, at least take a step back and view it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And see, the guy's trying.
I mean, he's good. He's pretty good.
Yeah, doing a good job.
Is he great? We'll see. He's pretty good right now.
Yeah, doing good. So after that, we got to see Rusev and Summer Rae talking bad about Ziggler and Lana, and so that prompts Lana and Ziggler to come out.
Guys, this stuff is pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think Rusev is good in this, despite how bad the angle is. But Rusev to me is like a lot more believable than anybody else. he's more believable in this than not believable. That's not the word I'm looking for. He's more. I don't know. His performance is better than Ziggler's or Lana's or anybody else's. I don't know.
Yeah.
The angle just sucks, but
It is pretty bad.
but I like
Ray's the best, right?
but I like Rusev. I don't know.
Bird law.
Bird law. No, not in effect here.
Do you guys think this was we're testing his range type thing? Like why I don't know why I would even say something like that, but even if hypothetically that was true, why do you gotta fucking test everybody with some whack shit? Just like let them be like what they're good at. I don't know.
Exactly. If it isn't broken, don't try and fix it.
Yeah, they didn't even get all the mileage out of what they were doing. You know what I mean?
You know, I agree with a lot of people when they say they should have just kept Rusev off TV during this event. Have him come back this week in the crutches, and you know you see Ziggler and Lana making out, and you know Lana, what have you done? Oh my gosh, can't believe you do this.
Go away.
And then he attacks Ziggler, but you know this whole thing has just been ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, do you think Lana has the range that they think she has?
I don't know.
I mean, she's a pretty lady. I mean, don't get it twisted. Everyone thinks she's an
Yeah.
attractive woman.
She
But,
is, yeah.
But does she have like the range? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get where they're going with Summer Rae, especially when Rusev was like, she's submissive and she does what she's told. And like, what kind of picture does that paint for the young female audience?
Yeah, I mean, he is a heel at least.
I mean, I
What-
get
what-
that.
what
but
bothers me is
the
when-
fact that she's into it.
Well, I think that's sort of complex.
She does what I
like,
tell her to do.
Yeah.
I mean, people's like, what people are into sexually is like complex and is not necessarily right or wrong. But what I think is more problematic than putting anything on like that on display is more problematic when the baby faces or the guys who are meant to be cheered like display that sort of behavior.
Yeah.
So it's less problematic.
Do the heelish thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's less problematic when like
We're just
the
gonna
heels
make
do
out
it.
in front of you.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
I don't know.
My tongue is going down your throat.
It's weird. It's complex. I don't know. The angle sucks for sure. I
I
don't
heard a
know.
rumor that Vince McMahon is. This is just pure rumor, no truth behind it whatsoever that I'm aware of. That Vince McMahon is actually trying to break up Rusev and Lana, like in real life.
Well, I think that it's been like rumored and speculated like that he's dabbled in a lot of these ladies like over the years.
Hey, Rusev?
I don't know, Vince.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He made that blatantly
yeah,
known to the public, which
yeah.
I
Yeah.
dabbled.
so. But no, like.
You mean for his own personal like he's trying to get it in, or like he thinks it'd just be better for her if like they're not.
Yeah.
Okay.
He thinks it would be better for her, and like I said, it's pure speculation and rumor, all that. Probably completely fake, but I don't know. You never know. The wrestling world is very strange. So Rusev attacked Dolph Ziggler, and he had to get stretchered out, and Rusev kicked off the boot, so his foot.
Is that a boot?
His foot has healed. So
Wow, that's fast.
So be on the lookout. Oh, it's 4 or 5 weeks,
Mutant ability.
something like that.
Hill.
Yeah, he's healed. So be on the lookout for probable Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev at Battleground for the love of Lana. I don't know. So after that, we got to see a very quick match between Bo Dallas and Dean Ambrose, and I did chuckle a bit at my fiance, who was 100% behind Dean Ambrose, saying, "Kick his ass, Dean." I said, "Oh, you're not a Bo-lever?" She said, "No, not one bit." So I got up and did the Bo Dallas run victory lap around the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So
What did she say?
she kind of gave me a very strange look.
What are you doing? Sit down.
She's probably questioning on if she actually wants to marry me or not now. I don't know. Any thoughts from this
You
match?
chuckled at that. I chuckled at a comment I seen on the internet. It was I'm fucking this up and I'm butchering it because it was worded way more smoothly, but like the gist of it was that it's sad that Bo Dallas is a lot less wacky of a character than Dean Ambrose these days, or something like that.
Yeah.
More believable, less wacky. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So, Yeah, so Dean Ambrose ends up getting the victory. Like I said, it was a very short matchup. Another short matchup after that. King Barrett defeating R-Truth. Please let that be the end of this horrendous feud that's going on.
More.
I'm done with both of them.
Needs to get all the spiders out of the kingdom.
Yeah, so after that, Seth Rollins just decided to come out.
I don't think the angle's funny, but just the way Tyler said that was real funny.
He needs to get this.
Gotta get the spiders out of the kingdom. Like he was brushing the spider. He was scrubbing the spiders off of the table as he was saying it.
Go on, get. So after that, Seth Rollins, after a pep talk from Triple H, decided to call out Brock Lesnar, and so Seth Rollins and J&J Security had axe handles with them to, I guess, fight off the beast, and they drove out in J&J's new Cadillac.
Isn't that weird that they just had the handles?
I did. I was like, why not just bring a baseball bat or something?
Yeah.
Like, why an axe handle?
Might get a better swing on a bat, right?
Yeah. And it's a larger end, so it cause more damage, but what do I know?
Whatever.
I'm just some lowly podcaster in Texas. I don't know. Brock Lesnar came out and was given axes by Paul Heyman and just went to town on the vehicle.
Yeah. I mean, well, we
all saw coming.
Yeah, well, they always do this with cars, and usually the payoff's a little quicker, like the turnaround of they get the car at the beginning of the night, it's totaled by the end of the night type thing. But this was like they played it out for a couple of weeks.
They like
customized.
Yeah, I was cracking up at that.
I did like the touch of like Jamie Noble putting all his like dumb stuff on it, and like Joey being like, "Yeah, it looks good, man." Like the camo stripes on the side and like the redneck sticker on the front, and like all kinds some shit I didn't even know what it does. Like 2 weird pipes sticking out the back. Don't know what the fuck that does.
Yeah. Did you see the J&J magnets on the back?
Yeah.
I laughed at that.
I mean, ultimately, it was just like this thing that they always do with cars, which is where they fuck these cars up, and it's like, is that the best use of Brock Lesnar?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. It was a little more entertaining than your normal like fuck up a car with the wrestler thing. That's just because it was Lesnar. Like, I don't know. He seems more legitimate. It seems like he would like fuck shit up for real. And I guess he hit that fan with that door he threw, supposedly.
He did, yeah.
Which is nuts. Isn't that the second time he's hit someone? Didn't he hit someone with the monitors he threw that one time?
Yeah.
They get hurt?
I think they brought him backstage and gave him some merch and stuff, so they're probably okay.
Yeah. They said that the fan returned to his seat shortly thereafter.
Yeah. I would have played it up. I was like, I want to meet Brock. I want that motherfucker.
Can he sign the door and I can keep it? And sell that on eBay.
I get it. It's sort of hard to build this feud around. It's hard to keep Brock looking like a beast, like a badass, if they beat him down every week, and it's also sort of hard for him to just like destroy them every week. So like,
this was a filler.
I get it. I get why they didn't fuck with each other this week, but still, it's still just a dumb card thing that ultimately doesn't really do much for me.
Right. I was more concerned with like Glass hitting Brock or something.
Did you think? I thought he was gonna pull a Goldberg and punch the window out.
Yeah, I think as soon as I saw him grab the axe, I was like, okay, at least he'll be somewhat safer.
Right.
Really bad. It's like he's trying to get it out, and like he gets it out and flings it.
Do you think that they had to gimmick that back door for him to just?
Yeah,
it looked kind of flimsy when he opened it.
I mean, like as soon as it was so clean.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he could if he had the time, he could legitimately rip one off. I'm sure he could. I mean, if anybody could, it would be him. Right?
I mean, I couldn't launch a car door 25 feet.
Right.
But I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure that he himself could legitimately rip a door off.
Oh yeah.
Just probably not that easily. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows?
You would think at least it would like bend first.
Yeah.
Like bend the wrong way. And then he'd have to hit it again to knock it off the hinges.
He looked like he was getting pissed off that he would like just fucking chunk that axe into the side of that car, and like it would go in so clean. It was like it was so sharp that it would go in so cleanly. And he looked like he was getting frustrated that the damage didn't look like more, and he was like getting like real. I don't know.
He was flustered.
Right. He was flustered that it.
He was like, "Damn, I hit it too hard. It went straight through the door."
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
He looked flustered that the damage he was doing wasn't like as big of a visible thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I did crack up at the little video that they did with J&J Security whenever they went to Wrigley Field, and he pulled up to it, and the crowd's going, yeah, all right, he's at Wrigley. And they're like, oh, man, that's it. That's the historic Wrigley Field. That's where the Cubs play. Man, what a dump. Let's get out of here. I'm sorry. I wasted your time on that one. I chuckled a bit at that.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy, so I guess.
Well, you know.
And we'll see the play in the local sports team for Heat. Always, never always falls flat with me.
It's like, yep, we have a sports team. I guess their name is the Cardinals. So, so Brock Lesnar chased off Seth Rollins. He went up through the crowd, and the end. After that, we got to see New Day
Rocks
going up against the Lucha Dragons. So, any thoughts on this one? I know the primetime players were on commentary.
Yeah, I thought this was fun. I liked it, but to me, the real highlight of all this was Titus shutting JBL down. He was just like, I don't know. He just shut the man. He just fucking shut him down. There's no more else to say. He was basically
great.
like, fucking say something, bitch.
No one does that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say
awesome.
bitch, but you know, whatever.
Say it.
Nah, I mean, I didn't mean to say bitch. I'm trying not to say bitch so much. But
Motherfucker.
yeah, he was like, fucking say it then. Come on. He's like, come on, JBL, do your job.
Call the spot. Do your job. I'm sitting here doing it for you.
And he was not like Titus was not rattled at all. If anything, JBL felt like he may have been a little rattled. Like he didn't expect Titus to buck at him. So I thought it was fucking cool.
I thought it was awesome.
I've been annoyed by JBL for a good long time, and I was thoroughly entertained by
It
Titus.
was a breath of fresh air is what it was. Like, thank you, Titus O'Neil. Thank you for shutting JBL up. I'll second that. Good stuff. So New Day end up getting the victory over Lucha Dragons. Not too bad. But the main event, this was an outstanding matchup.
Also, Titus' suit game is pretty.
Yeah,
pretty.
He's pretty strong on there. He's on point.
Yeah. Suit game is strong.
But we got to see the John Cena U.S. Open Challenge. Was originally going to be accepted by Kevin Owens, saying, "I need that title."
Owen.
What? But
Or should you say?
I mean Kevin Owen. Huh? But yeah, so Kevin Owens comes out. He wants to accept it because he lost the NXT title. He wants the U.S. title now. He wants a prize. But thankfully, Cesaro's music hits. And thank God, I love it whenever they keep up with good continuity. Cesaro came out and said, hey, I had him beat. You interfered in my match. So you either step off or we're going to have some issues. And thankfully, Owens decided to take a step back and let Cesaro have his moment. And what a moment it was. I mean, my goodness, this was an awesome, awesome matchup. It was a little slow to get started. They went to commercial twice within, I think, like the first 8 or 9 minutes. But I understand why, because after that, they did not go to commercial for the rest of the matchup. And I thought the match was great.
It went further over. Well, I guess I missed like a month, but felt like they went over longer than they have in a long time.
Normally, their show, at least it's scheduled to end at the 5 minute mark.
Yeah.
This one went into the 15-minute mark.
I mean, I know we've seen like extreme cases, like when Rock returned, they went like 25 minutes
Yeah.
or something like that. But every once in a while, they get into that 10, 15-minute overhang, but this felt like the first time in a while they've done that.
Yeah. I don't know. What did you think about the matchup?
I thought it was really good. I think I liked it better than last week's, but I honestly would need to rewatch them both to tell for sure which I thought was actually better. I think the crowd helped this one a lot.
Yeah.
It definitely added to the match. I really like when a crowd buys into the other guy instead of like getting all caught up in the Cena sucks stuff. I like that they were actively into Cesaro and like willing to get behind him, and that gave the like an air about like, well, even though you know that Cena can't drop the title here, it felt like it lended Cesaro, even though he hasn't been booked in that manner, the credibility that it would take to believe that he could get it done.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I felt like I don't know if it was technically a better match, but I felt like with the the crowd and the emotion of the match maybe pushed it over last week's, but I would need to rewatch them both.
I've seen some people say that this is the best match on Raw of 2015.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. I definitely need to rewatch their match last week. I feel like this is a stronger match, but I'd like to rewatch them before I made that claim.
So many tests of strength there.
Yeah. I kept on saying I wanted to bite so bad, but I'm like, I know Cena's going to win, so I can't bite. But I enjoyed the match. So.
I honestly can't tell if they're setting up Cesaro Owens for when Owens wins the title, and that's the new feud, or they're going to make it a three-way, and Cesaro is the guy who's going to take the fall, so that so they can keep them one apiece and not have Owens pin Cena again.
I could definitely see that.
Do you think it's a stronger possibility that they're setting up the next feud for Owens, or do you think it's a stronger possibility that they make this a triple threat?
I see it now since Cesaro's lost 2 in a row.
Right.
Well, I mean, he won, I guess, by disqualification or whatever.
The first time, yeah. He doesn't really have technically doesn't have a claim to it.
Yeah. So, I mean, the match is set for a one-on-one. It's not an open challenge where anyone can just come out. So he doesn't really have a claim to a title shot.
You have another week, though.
He does have another week, and if Cesaro were to say, okay, me versus you, Owens, if I win, I get put in this match, in which case somehow
I think
he wins.
I don't think that's a good way to get booking wise for Owens to lose for someone else to get.
Or if Cena comes in and says, you know what, you impressed the heck out of me. I want you in this match.
Right.
Like I want to see what you can do because you've got beef with me, you've got beef with him. Let's just all settle it in a match.
Squash this.
I feel like they're gonna do something after that match.
Hug it out. So it's very possible.
So do you think that's where they're going, like with Owens Cesaro after this?
I can see them feud, yeah. But I think it'll be an excellent match that these two have. But I'm still trying to think on it if it's going to be just a one-on-one match or a triple threat at Battleground. At the moment, I'm still leaning towards one-on-one.
Me too. I just like when Cesaro came out again, my gut reaction was like, "Oh fuck, they're gonna do a triple threat."
Yeah.
But I mean, he beat him definitively. I mean, he beat him. So.
Yeah, but he took him to the limit.
Sure.
And I like the little notion whenever his kid armband fell down, he brought it back up and gave it a little kiss for showing support.
Yeah.
That really shows something. That despite how they came together as a tag team, they've really gelled. They've become friends. They are close with one another, and I think that's a really touching move.
I mean, I have a suspicion they probably were already pretty familiar with each other before.
Yeah,
because they were both main roster guys that were going back down to NXT and working those NXT matches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a feeling they were probably already friends, but
yeah.
they did become a team in like a sort of thrown together manner. So.
Yeah, and Tyson Kidd had his neck surgery a couple of weeks ago, and I remember seeing a picture of Cesaro in the hospital room with him, like right out of recovery. So these guys have a close bond, which is really good to see. So really cool stuff. But yeah, Cesaro took Cena to his limits. Whether you hate Cena or whether you love Cesaro, you cannot deny that both of these guys put in a heck of a match.
Do we still in 2015 still have to qualify that no matter what you think of Cena? Can people drop like the whole like Cena's not any good thing? Like how many good matches has he had with a variety of opponents that are there still people out there who are still pretending Cena's not any good?
Yep.
Come on.
They're just dead set in their ways. Daniel Bryan's a terrible wrestler. Kevin Owens is a fat nobody.
I mean, I hear a lot less of that than Cena's not any good.
Well, because Cena's been doing it for 13 years now.
I don't know, man. I think I can't see how anyone can still be pretending Cena's not any good. I don't know. I mean, I've been saying it for how long we've been doing this podcast, but I don't know.
Yeah. So, but that pretty much closes out Raw. Not too bad. I think the main event was much better than anything on the rest of the card. So really cool stuff. But let's dive into some Lucha Underground. I was unfortunate I did not get to catch it, but Tyler, you got to check it this week.
Yeah.
So the opening matchup, we got to see Tejano going up against Daivari. Take us through some of that.
It was a good match. I'm trying to remember. Of course, the feud is still going.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought Tejano, when he was first on the Cena Lucha, he was a heel.
Yeah.
But now he's more of a face. Or he's a face. Daivari, with Big Rick with him. But I really don't remember who won this match.
Tejano ended up getting the victory.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Huh. It was a fun match. I don't there was nothing that really stood out to me, to be honest with you. But I mean, it was still fun as is.
Yeah. So really cool stuff. So Tejano ends up getting the victory on that one. The next matchup we got to see Drago going up against Hernandez.
Before that, I don't know when it was.
They have a backstage segment.
Yeah, it was Chavo talking to Dario Cueto about the deal.
Bless you.
Sorry, excuse me. About the deal and all that stuff, and he was messing with them. I forgot he wanted something about Mexico, or he wanted to. Shit, I don't really remember. I know that sounds bad.
It's so long ago.
Yeah.
I think I peed like 10 times since we've been here.
Dang,
I think it's
man.
like the cold room, and then I drank that drink, and like every 5 minutes I have to pee. I'm sorry. I just came right in what you're talking about
I missed a few episodes of Lucha, so I don't know how Drago returned. But he looks more demonic, I guess. But he took on Hernandez, and Hernandez was just brutal to him. I mean, of course, Hernandez is bigger,
Yeah.
but pretty much just beat the shit out of Drago. And at the end was choking him out, I think, with the ropes or whatever, but they had to call it DQ on Hernandez.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good, though. It was just manhandling him.
I remember now because Drago had been previously banished, right?
Oh, wait a second, banished. I thought he got blown up.
Oh.
I
don't think he got blown up, but he had been exiled or banished or whatever word you want to say.
Came back.
He got
lost the feud with Aerostar, and then no, he won the opportunity with Aerostar, but the match was if he lost, he had to leave.
Yeah.
And then he
walked to the back of the building, and there was something that blew up.
And then
he died.
No,
he
he flamed out dragon style.
Yeah.
He died.
No, he didn't die. So Dario put in a match saying all former competitors of Prince Puma for the title, you're going to be in a matchup, and the winner gets to face him again. Well, that's when Drago showed up and said, you made a stipulation for former challengers. I'm a former challenger, so I get to be in this match. And then Dario said, well, okay, well, you found a loophole. I'll put you in this matchup. But if you lose, you're done. And if you win, then you're back in. So that's whenever he won. Then he faced Mil Muertes for the number one contendership. Mil Muertes won.
Yeah.
So he's back on the roster. And so that's a little backstory on that. So he went up against Hernandez, got the crap beat out of him.
Yeah, he did.
Very cool stuff. And don't go anywhere because we're going to be talking to Hernandez in just a few minutes. So you want to stick around for that. So Drago wins via DQ. The next matchup we got to see Alberto El Patron going up against Marty the Moth.
That match did not take long at all.
Got that Aztec
Well, every
pride.
time they show Marty the Moth, he's already in the ring, and he's like up against the ring announcer.
Yeah.
And stuff that chick. He's just like grinding up on her and stuff.
Grind with me.
But Alberto Patron, El Patron came out and just pretty much just was aggressive and made Marty the Moth tap out pretty quickly. Then after that, he got on the mic and said that because at the what's that main event or what's that event called in August? The last
Ultima
show?
Lucha.
Yeah, he's gonna take on Johnny Mundo and stuff.
Johnny Mundo.
So he's prepared and he's just more aggressive and he's ready for it.
Cool.
Mundo.
So El Patron ends up getting the victory, and
Yes.
El Patron's actually going to be down in Pasadena this weekend, so we're going to go and check that out and maybe get a picture with him. Who knows? We'll have to see. So, but the main event, Prince Puma going up against Chavo Guerrero.
There were some other segments throughout this whole show. There was one with Chavo and well, no, I take that back. There was one with Prince Puma and he's with Conan, and then Katrina comes out of nowhere and stuff and just talking to Prince Puma, and then she disappears. And then Conan's like, "Don't let her play mind games with you."
Mind games.
And then another one is with Chavo, and then Katrina comes up and she's like, "Oh, you think you're gonna win this match and stuff? You're not. Mil Muertes is coming for the title," and then Chavo says, "I'm not afraid of you." And then here comes Mil Muertes, and then like they got a close up of his face, and he's kind of like screaming at Chavo, and Chavo's just like, "Bring it!" But he left.
Bring it, bitch.
Yeah, and then there's this match, the last match,
Puma versus Chavo.
Yeah,
how'd that
and
go?
Chavo came with the two members of the
crew. The remaining members.
What's so funny is Vampiro's like, "Oh, whatever happened to whatever the third member was? Whatever happened to him?" And it was quiet for a little bit. He's dead.
Oh, we know. He died.
He died.
He did, man.
He died by something, not some creature.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember parts of this match. I guess I don't really remember, but I know that
Puma got the
Puma
victory.
won. Yeah.
No really big spots or anything like that.
There was, but I don't know why I'm blanking.
That's okay.
I'm just blanking on all that stuff. But oh yeah, there's another backstage segment where Conan was talking to someone. And he's like, "Well, pretty much we need your help and stuff." And just talking to him, like, "Who's he talking to?" He's like, he goes like, "You're like a son to me," or I forgot, brother, I don't know. But no, you're family. And I was like, "Who is he talking to?" But we found out it was Tejano. Tejano comes out and helps against Chavo and the crew and stuff like that. So,
nice. That's cool.
yeah.
The more lucha
And
coverage.
And at the end, what was it? Chavo was, in the back. He was, after his match and all that stuff. And here comes Blue Demon Jr. He's back and stuff. And he was talking to him. He was like laughing at Chavo and stuff. And it's like, well, Tejano's Mexico. He's like, "You're not Mexico." And he Blue Demon Jr. just gets pissed off and bangs like Chavo's head against everything and throws him and stuff. And he goes, "Oh yeah, Mexico," or something like that. And then he walks away and Chavo's he's smiling because he wants to pit Blue Demon Jr. against Tejano. So I mean, are they done with the Davari stuff? I guess so.
Perhaps not. We'll have to find out next week. So really cool stuff. And I know we kind of touched on it last week. Or did we? I don't remember.
Did we?
About Total Divas. We're not going to be covering on it since they've moved to Tuesday.
Here's the deal. Tough Enough and Total Divas comes out on the same night we record. And we just, for one thing, we'd be like a week behind of us recording it. It would be further than a week behind for you when you're actually hearing it. So it would be impossible to catch up. It just wouldn't make sense to do it. If we could, we would. It just doesn't make a lot of sense for us to try.
Yeah. So I'm sorry about that. But, maybe we'll get something going for it. But now we're going to go ahead and close out the show and end it with our interview with Hernandez. This is the WNS Podcast. We certainly thank everyone for listening. Make sure to submit your questions on our YouTube page, WNS Video, our Facebook page, WNS Podcast. Check us out on WrestlingNewsSource.com, WrestlingNewsSource.com on Facebook, and subscribe to us on iTunes by searching Wrestling News Source Podcast.
We're also on Stitcher, Beyond Pod, and Player.fm. Just search Wrestling News Source Podcast to find us.
You can follow us on Twitter at WNS Podcast, and we're also at WNS Podcast on Periscope. So, yeah follow that. Daniel's at WNS_Daniel, and Tyler's at Tyler_Aber.
Good stuff. So there you go for the podcast crew. I am Daniel
Tyler
Herman.
Aber.
I'm Doug.
And we will catch you all next week and enjoy our interview with Hernandez.
You're listening to a special interview segment for the official podcast for WrestlingNewsSource.com.
Okay, folks, joining us on the show this week, he is a TNA and Lucha Underground wrestler, the one and only Hernandez. Hernandez, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys? How you doing today?
Oh, we are doing fantastic. We appreciate you coming on the show. You can follow Hernandez on Twitter at SuperMexCTM, and you're going to be appearing at Bustin' for Autism this Sunday at the Pasadena Convention Center. Autographs and pictures are going to be beginning at 3 p.m. with bell time at 6. The proceeds are going to be going to the Bustin' for Autism charity, so you definitely want to go out there. Tickets can be purchased by going to ClutchCityProductions.com or LoneStarWrestling.com. There's going to be special guests including Colt Cabana, Tommy Dreamer, Alberto El Patron, and many more. And you, Hernandez, you're going to be going up against our former guest from a couple of weeks ago, Raymond Rowe. And whenever we talked to him about you, he said that he is not the same guy that you faced in the past. So what are your thoughts on that? And how do you prepare for a guy like Rowe?
Well, me and Ray, we wrestled a couple of times in the past. Part of the last time was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and I would hope that if you after 3 or 4 years, you will get better. So, I mean, if he thinks he's better, then cool. But the problem is, brother, I wrestle Lucha, I wrestle TNA. I'm still Mr. International. He's just now making the national stage. He hasn't learned all the tricks yet. So Sunday should be really fun.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a show that you don't want to miss. We're going to be out there as well, so if you see us, make sure to say hi. You recently made your return to TNA, and you joined up with the Beatdown Clan. How has the atmosphere changed from when you last left to your more recent return?
It's actually changed for the better. When I left, this was May of 2014, it was, they tried to do a little bit, make it more of a higher business than it really was. Now the atmosphere is more like the family atmosphere. Let's have fun. Let's entertain the fans. Let's, create a great show like it was before the Hogan and Bischoff era.
Very cool. And I know that you left last time wasn't under the best ways. You actually found out online before hearing from the folks backstage. What's your current relationship with TNA officials?
Well, I'm signed with them, The old adage, people say in wrestling, never say never, definitely applies here. This time around May of 2014, there was no way, and I don't know if I'm going to say hell, but I'll say hell anyway. The way hell that I think that thought I would ever go back. And, MVP called me, wanted me to be in this group, soften the blow so TNA could actually have negotiations with me, and it went from there.
During 2009, 2010, you were on pursuit for the World Championship in TNA, but unfortunately, you had to take time due to your neck surgery. Yep. Do you think that soon we'll see you in the main title picture?
No, come on, bro. I'm being realistic. I'm not the best politician for wrestling. I want to entertain the crowd, get myself over. If I'm doing tags or, lower belts, damn well that the higher brass is never going to let me be a top-notch single competitor, no matter what.
I mean, I would definitely like to see that, man.
But, hey, at least I'm telling you the truth,
Yeah,
Some guys, you'll see me in your future. Come on, you know better than that.
Well, yeah.
Well, you did mention being part of tag teams. You have been part of LAX, Mexican America. Yep. You've even teamed up with the likes of Matt Morgan as well as Chavo. Has there been a favorite team or a group that you've been a part of?
Well, Homicide's more like my brother than my friend and tag partner. You never know when we're getting back together. Right now rehabbing his shoulder. He had shoulder surgery in April, and he will be back full speed probably beginning of October. We will be reuniting November 14th in Jersey All Pro for their anniversary show.
Nice. Oh, very cool. That'll be definitely worth checking out. And you can also currently be seen on the El Rey Network on Lucha Underground. I know that the tapings have finished up. Can you tell us about your time?
When I was wrestled there, it was very cool atmosphere. You had the only veterans you had were Conan, Vampiro, and Chavo. So everyone's just, busting their butt, trying to put on the best product possible. And, with the special effects and the production of the way that show runs, it's like watching a B-level action movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's man, I love watching that show, man. It's just and like everything a part of it is just awesome.
It's really cool to be a part of, and it's really bringing up the sort of independent promotions. Like you're seeing, more of your Ring of Honors, your Lucha Undergrounds, your Global Force Wrestlings. TNA is starting to get a resurgence now. Were you a fan of wrestling growing up, or did you get into it a little bit later in life?
I was a fan just like everyone else was growing up, but a real mean dad. He was a Green Beret for 30 years, and he stressed education before I did anything like that. I was ready to join wrestling school when I was 16, and I don't know if you ever been around a military man his whole life. I'm big compared to him. My dad's probably about 5'7", 150 pounds, and he's probably 75 now, and I'm still scared of him.
Wow.
He went to Vietnam 3 different times as a POW once. I mean, he's like a real life G.I. Joe. And so I went to college, played college football, did a couple years in the arena, did powerlifting for a while, but you only win trophies, you don't win no money. So I just gravitated pro wrestling, obviously.
Very cool. And, you like you said, you're a big guy. You're about 6'4", 250, 280 pounds, somewhere around there.
I wish. I'm 6'2", probably about 250 right now. I'm trying to show some abs now.
Well,
I've been as high as 320 before.
Wow. Well, you still, watching you on TV now, you look absolutely jacked. You look in great condition. What's your workout regimen normally like? I can't imagine having to go through that kind of workout.
Oh, it's not as bad as you think it is. I work out about 5 or 6 days a week for no more than 30, 40 minutes a day. That includes cardio.
Yeah.
It's of course, I'm an old man now. I've been doing it for 24 years, so it's mostly maintaining. But you got to incorporate. I don't use weights like I used to. In 2009, I broke my neck. Scott Steiner threw me on a suplex and I landed on my head.
Ooh. And
I had to get a neck fusion where they put a cadaver disc into your neck. And I wanted to make sure I could still, if I put weights in my neck and still trying to throw people around, I think something bad's going to happen. So I chose just throwing people around and doing body weight exercise.
Very nice. And you mentioned your age. You're up in your 40s now. You've been in the business for quite some time. How is your body adjusting to getting older? It's never easy, but and also how much longer do you think that you'll want to keep performing?
To be honest, I haven't been in this good a shape since I've been 19. I guess when you get older, you get wiser as far as the way your nutrition and the way you work out. I've never been this in cardio shape in my life, even when I was in college. So, as long as I don't think I want to wrestle more like maybe 2 years at the absolute most. I'm trying to gravitate to movies and commercials. I already did 3 commercials and 2 movies so far.
Very cool.
And, I want to be like the bigger version of Danny Trejo, so.
Nice. Hernandez in space.
He's 70, so I could do it for 30 years,
That's right. Do you have any upcoming projects that you're working on? Anything that we can get a little hint at?
The upcoming projects, if I get this, I'm up in the running for a show on FX.
Oh, nice.
If I get it, I immediately will retire.
Wow. So if you randomly just disappear from the wrestling world,
I'll tell you. I'll tell everybody. I'll put my nose in everything. I'll be making double when I make wrestling for 13 episodes.
And less strain on the body too.
Oh yes, oh yes. Yeah, I'll be pretending that I'm getting hit.
Yeah. Now, being a guy of your size, you do some high flying maneuvers. You dive off the top rope. You've dived off the steel cage and all kinds of flips and tricks. And was that originally part of your plan, or did it just sort of fall into your lap and you say, you know what, I'm just going to test this out, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, well, then I'll learn.
Well, it's more, by trial by fire, because when I first started wrestling, training and stuff like that, 285, 290, kind of a decent-sized guy. I was the third smallest guy in my wrestling class.
Goodness.
Because, granted, a lot of the guys were overweight. But, I mean, the smallest guy next to me was Phil Martin. He's 340 pounds. And he got second in World's Strongest Man before. So, I'm not going to do anything maybe to body slam those guys. So you have to come up with high-flying moves to knock them off their feet. And that's how all that started.
Very cool. We do have a listener question. It's coming from Kalen. He wanted to know, what are your thoughts on the rumors and accusations about being, at times, quote, careless in the ring?
Breath. For anyone who thinks that I'm careless in the ring, obviously, it has nothing better to do with their time. I've been wrestling for 17 years. I don't want no one hurting me, so why would I want to hurt someone else? Mm-hmm. It's basically just, if you notice, it's not people who have a big name in the business that says I'm reckless. Mm-hmm. If you want to get thrown, this is a give and take sport. If I do my moves, I can do mine. If I do yours, obviously yours. You can't half-ass do the move.
Right.
So I mean, if Kurt Angle tells me I'm careless, Sting tells me I'm careless, AJ Styles tells me I'm careless, hey, I'm going to start working on my stuff. But if Joe Blow or some little indie guy who's likely to make $20 to wrestle me and say I'm careless, well, maybe he was poorly trained.
Oh.
So take that.
Very nice. We do always like to ask this question because we always get a different answer, and it's just really great to hear because it's stuff you don't really hear about. Are there any on the road stories that you could share with us? Anyone that you were traveling with? Anything that's PG?
I'll wait till Sunday because most of my road stories are with Homicide because we're like brothers for the last 9 years. It's impossible that I'm going to incriminate myself on a national radio station.
Very cool. And final question for you: is there anyone yet that you have, or is there anyone that you have yet to face that you would like to before you call it a career?
That's why I'm pretty much ready to wind it down because I've been in the ring with Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. Pretty much. Except for maybe Hulk Hogan, really don't get bigger than that, so I'm good.
Very cool. Like I said, you'll be appearing at Bustin' for Autism this Sunday out at the Pasadena Convention Center. Autographs and pictures going to be beginning at 3 p.m. with bell time at 6. Proceeds are going to be going to the Bustin' for Autism charity, and tickets can be purchased by going to ClutchCityProductions.com or LoneStarWrestling.com. And like I said earlier, you can follow Hernandez on Twitter at SuperMexCTM. Hernandez, we have certainly appreciated your time, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you Sunday, man.
Look forward to it. Have a good one.
Bye, man.